So in a previous video I created a random chess game where every move is selected at random out of all the possible legal moves, but then I decided to create 10,000 of those random chess games. And here is how I did it in Python. Let me quickly go through the code. So I initialize some variables, then I loop through 10,000 games. I initialize the board and the counter, then I loop through 1000 moves, that's 500 moves in normal chess notation because each move has two parts, white's move and black's move. In each position I get a list of all the possible legal moves and I choose one of them at random. I play that move and then I update the counter, then I do some checks, I check if the position is a checkmate, stalemate and so on and so forth. Then I do some other checks, I print the results and I save to a file, and that's pretty much it. The code is not that important, let's see the results. So first of all I was interested in the outcome of those 10,000 random games. And as you can see, the vast majority of them ended in a draw. 86% of the games ended in a draw. White wins and black wins were pretty close, both at 7%, but white had a few more wins. I guess even if the game is completely random, white still has a small advantage because white has the first move, so even if you play random moves, you get to checkmate a few times more often than black does. But also let's break down the results a bit more. Okay, we have checkmates. The checkmates are all white and black wins because there is no other way for a side to win as we have no resignations. So yeah, 40% of the games ended in checkmate, so this agrees with that. And all the other results were the draws. Stalemates were a bit rarer, only 5% of the games ended in a stalemate. I guess it's not easy to reach a stalemate if you play random moves. 3 for repetitions and draws by 50 move rule were not that uncommon, but the vast majority of the draws came from draw by insufficient material. Almost half of the random games ended in a draw by insufficient material. I guess that is because when we are in the end game, even if one side has more pieces, at some point they will throw those pieces at the enemy king, and because the enemy king doesn't have a lot of moves, at some point, out of pure randomness, it would take those pieces and eventually will come to a point where none of the sides have enough material to win the game. This is what happened in the random game that I showed in a previous video. And finally I made this histogram of the number of moves played in those random chess games. As you can see, only 20 games lasted less than 10 moves, and we have this nice curve here which looks like a Gaussian, although it's not really Gaussian because it's not symmetrical. But anyway, as you can see, the median number of moves was 170. Median is not really the average. I'm not gonna get too much into it. You don't want to take an average because the average might be skewed if you have a lot of, for example, high values or low values, so you want to get the median. But the average was also somewhere around that, was 165 I think. But anyway, 170 moves is the median number of moves for a random chess game. For a real chess game, the average or the median is around 40 moves. So a random chess game lasts 4 times as much as a normal game. That is of course expected, as you play random moves, you have no resignations, and the game continues until we have a conclusion. But of course I didn't know how much longer would it be. But now we know it's around 4 times longer. The shortest game I got was just 2 moves. That was of course the Scholar's Mate, but with black winning this game. And the longest game was 337 moves. Of course I'm not gonna show this game, it's just too long. But I have the PNG of it in the description if you want to check it out. So that was basically it, a small analysis of 10,000 random chess games. Let me know what else I could have analyzed. Maybe I can also analyze more than 10,000 random chess games. But anyway, that was it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.